guys. Looks like we might have found some dirt on the scar. Oh yeah. And I can honestly say I hadn't been on this one either. Oh boy, big doggy, big doggy. Welcome back to the channel, guys. Hope everybody's doing well. It's a sunny Wednesday, I believe. Yeah, Wednesday. Took a little time off here right before the holidays. Believe it or not, sometimes you can wake up and it be 30 degrees like it was this morning, and now it's 60. It's 2 o'clock. And I thought, man, we can't let this day waste. I actually worked on some of my own stuff this week. We took a little bit of time off, like I said, and thought we'd take a little quick ride here today and just stay close to the house. I thought I might ride down towards Hartwell Lake, go south when it's cold weather. But anyway, I just thought I would let the camera roll a little bit. And before I shut up, I wanted to tell you a quick story that I was thinking about before I turned the camera on. So I've got a little Suzuki Samurai, and if you go back one video, I did a little quick, you know, like a little, what do you call it, collage of compilation of still pictures and a quick little video. So the day I got the Samurai, we've had it several years, everything was good. I got it home and took it for a little drive, and it smoked. And it used a little bit of oil, and it got to the point where it was actually using about a quart every 100 miles or so. So needless to say, it was time to do something about it. I had gotten some parts to fix it probably a year ago or so. So we took some time off here in the holidays. I pulled it in there Monday, put some rings and bearings in it, got it to quit using oil. Been driving it around, and it's doing great. So you go back and check that little video out if you like. It's just been a great machine. I've actually got my bike hauler that I put on the back of it, and it'll get you into some really nice campgrounds, and then you can go ride from there, you know. And sometimes when I take the dirt bike out, the Suzuki DR, it gets a little rough if you go 300 miles in a day on it. So sometimes it's nice to have a base camp, somewhere to come back to. But anyway, the story I was going to tell you is how I actually got it. So, quick story. A friend of mine I went to high school with has one and really loves it. And he brought it, I've got a automotive repair shop at the house. He brought it over for me to take a look at the brakes and a couple other little things. I got it all finished up and done, and my daughter was at the shop hanging out with me. I think it was a summer day. And I said, hop in, let's take a little road test. So she got in there, and we went up the driveway. My driveway's about 800 feet long, gravel drive. And instead of taking a left out onto the pavement, I just cut up a little hill and went into my field and started riding through the field and around the edge of the woods. She kind of looked at me and like, you know, kind of like, you can do that? But I was testing it out, see how it did off-road, and I really liked it. It actually was the first one of those I'd ever driven. And I really thought it was cool, and she did too. And at the time I had about a 2002 Honda 4Trax 400EX. So if you don't know, it's just a sport quad, you know, cool machine. The 400 engine is like tried and true on the XR. It was just a good all-around machine. I had picked it up needing a little bit of work, but it was like new. Some of the bearings went bad in the swing arm, and I got it for really cheap. A friend of mine sold it to me. And so I have a good friend that's pretty much what I would call a connoisseur of Craigslist. And he had been asking me if I would sell him that four-wheeler, and I really didn't want to get rid of it. It was a spare, and I had really bought it to resell, but the daughter loved it, and it ran perfect. She was learning how to drive a clutch with it at 8 years old, 7 years old. And, you know, just let her sit in front of me and show her how it works. And she picks up on things really quickly, you know. And by the way, we're in Norris Central, South Carolina at the moment, just so you guys know. And where was it? Oh, well, so she really liked the machine and was learning on it. And I asked her, I said, what do you think you would like better? Would you like this four-wheeler, or would you like one of these Suzuki Samurais? And she kind of didn't really say anything, but I could tell that she really enjoyed that Samurai. And I thought to myself, if you can drive it on the road, the whole family can go places in it. So he asked me again one day. He was over at the house. He said, would you still think about maybe selling it? I said, I'll tell you what. You find me a Suzuki Samurai that's is in good a shape as this four-wheeler, and I'll trade you even. I don't care if you get the Samurai for $1. So as I said, this young man is a connoisseur of Craigslist. Shout out to Logan if he's watching. And he found one within just a few days, and a couple of hours away, 3 or 4 hours away, but we went and looked at it. Perfect. Elderly lady owned it, gave it to her kid. He didn't care nothing for it, and we got it cheap. Actually about the same amount I had in the four-wheeler, and we traded, and it's been one of the best machines that I've ever owned. We've taken it over Engineer and Cinnamon Pass in Colorado. We've really had a good time with it. And what's cool about it is I've got a bike hauler for it, and I can put my Suzuki DR or the CT up on there. I hadn't put the Himalayan. It's got a 400-pound limit, so Samurai might ride a wheelie with that on there. But anyway, it gets you back in the woods, and on the DR sometimes if you do 500 miles in a day or 300 miles in a day, you kind of hurt. The seat's pretty narrow, and even though it's a good seat, it still puts a hurting on you sometimes. So anyway, it's just been a great machine. It's good for getting back into a rough area to camp, and then you can take the bike from there to even rougher areas. So I'm really tickled with it, and it drank oil since day one, and I mean drank it like a quart every 100 miles. Literally, you had to put oil in it when you put gas in it, and it only goes about 175 or 200 miles on a tank of fuel. So it was time to do something. I had a little time off. I tore it down, and that video there, if you go one video back, like I said, we'll show you just some stills of us fixing the engine. So I just saw the Samurai sitting in the yard there when I left, and I said, I'm gonna tell these guys about that thing. But if you find one of those cheap, that thing is just a cool machine. They got a bad rep for rolling over, but it's narrow. If you have any common sense, you don't go 80 miles an hour and whip the steering wheel in a short wheelbase vehicle. I mean, it blows my mind that the federal government has to tell people not to whip a steering wheel in a ATV-sized automobile. I mean, that's just crazy to me. Like, I know it'll turn over, you know? But that's what pretty much stopped the sale of them in the States, I think, because they sold great. So I guess it was out from 86 or so until 92. And they're still pretty big overseas in Europe and Russia and stuff, you know, but I'll never get rid of it, I don't think. I think it would be almost impossible to replace it. It's pretty much rust-free. It's all original, except for I raised it up and put some mud tires. I'll throw a picture up here of it and let you guys see it. But anyway, guys, let's ride a little bit. We might try to get down towards Hartwell Lake and down in that way. And I was thinking about possibly, if you look here on the map, this blue line is the South Carolina Adventure Route, better known as the SCAR. Some guys in our area came up with this route. It goes around the whole state. I don't know if you guys know much about South Carolina, but a lot of people say, hey, you live in South Carolina, you must go to Myrtle Beach all the time. Well, I'm in the tip corner, and Myrtle Beach is 5 hours away. So it's a pretty wide state at its widest point, 2 points, you know. So, but anyway, this route is a really super cool route. I've never been on it, but somebody sent me the file, so I got it on Gaia here today, and I thought we would might just at least go touch wheels on it and see what it's about. So let's just ride along, and I'll shut up, guys. Appreciate you riding along today. So guys, Clemson University, it has some experimental forest around, and this, I believe this area, most of this area here is game management and the college experimental forest. So you got a lot of hiking and people hunting, deer hunting and stuff down in here. Good little getaway for people. We're still riding the edge of the lake over to our right. You can't really see it right now. We're right on the edge of Hartwell Lake right here. There's some people hiking. It's just some good little semi-flat in the woods hiking places that are really nice. Now this road might dead end into the lake, but I can't remember. We've got Twin Lakes down here, which is a really nice campground. Super close to where I live, so it's a pretty nice place to come visit. But the Clemson Experimental Forest and Fance Grove in this area around here is just a really nice place close to the house to come see some deer, turkey, all kind of things. Nice little place. That's Fance Grove Road right there, I believe. Might probably have to turn down that, I bet, because I think this dead ends into the lake. I'm almost positive. Let's do a little quick navigation here. Oh yeah, we can go this way. This little Himalayan, it goes a lot of places, but it's going to be tough for it to get across the lake, I think. I could get up to about 80 miles an hour and get a little ways out in there, but I don't think it'll make it across it. If you ride down here late in the evening, you're pretty much certain to see some wildlife though. It's an awesome area. My riding buddy Cody, he hunts down here a good bit. And I think he's got an electric bike that he rides down here some. Because it's pretty much just walking trail and bicycle and horses, I think. No motorized vehicles. guys, we got 2 wheels on the Scar, South Carolina Adventure Route. So we're in Townville, South Carolina right now, coming into it. There's some history here, I believe. I'm not too familiar with it, but neat little South Carolina upstate town. Pretty cool, Townville. I guess someday it will be cool to do this entire route, probably. Zoom in, make sure I'm going the right way. Yeah, it appears to be. Because I've traveled all over the state, so I'm sure I've been on a good bit of it before. But it's neat that somebody took the time to put it all together. Coming into Oconee County. Oconee County is going to be the top left corner, top western corner of South Carolina, border county. So I believe it will border Raven County, Georgia, and North Carolina, but I'm not sure what county in North Carolina. Maybe Transylvania, maybe, not sure. So I definitely don't get down this way a whole lot. Not too far from here is where I bought our tractor for the farm, Massey Ferguson tractor from Powell Tractor. Really good little dealership. They got a cafe there, feeds you lunch. Good place if you're ever down here. Alright guys, so this is this cool little tractor dealership I was telling you about. Powell Tractor, and it's the Farm Cafe. Neat little place. Massey Ferguson dealership. I was talking about it, sure enough, just took a little detour and found it. I believe they sell Husqvarna chainsaws. Super good people though. My grandfather, they used to be up in the town of Seneca, and my grandfather used to have an old 801 Ford tractor. It's actually the tractor I learned to drive on. And 2 brothers owned it, and they split ways, and this brother here opened this Massey dealer, and there's just a joy to deal with. Good people. But anyway, that's Powell Tractor, Westminster, South Carolina. Pretty cool place right out here in good old. That was just a half a mile off of the Scar. Just took a little detour right quick. We'll jump back on here. It's looking like this may end up kind of going up towards Walhalla. I'm not sure. I hadn't zoomed out and looked. That's where it kind of seemed like we might end up, Westminster. If we end up in Westminster, we might ride down to Tougaloo Lake. I'll show you guys that lake. It's a border lake for South Carolina and Georgia, Oconee County. Alright guys, I pulled off here to show you guys. I don't know how good the GoPro will do, but if you see off in the distance there, that's considered the Blue Ridge Mountains, and I basically live at the base of those. And I'm blessed to live here because there's some absolutely great riding in that whole mountain range. It goes forever. Basically South Carolina to Virginia, Georgia, but here's a great view of it. The whole little area back there west, and goes all the way around to the east. That was just a good little knoll there. I wanted to show you guys right quick. We'll turn around right here. Good little cool area. You can see all that from that. I've been down that road 100 times. But I tell you what, when you're riding a bike, you really, especially a bike like this that doesn't do 100 miles an hour, you really enjoy the scenery and take in 100% necessary to rev the engine in an underpass. 100%. Get back on the route here in just a little bit. Let's cut it under here. One more engine rev for the locals. It's pretty good for stock exhaust, I think. Guys will be able to see a little bit of the town here. Pretty much the main drag right here, I guess you could say. Really sure where this route's taking us, but we'll follow it a little bit more. This isn't super far from where I live. 25-30 miles maybe. Oh, I guess I'm supposed to go left maybe here. That's what it looks like. Let's see. I need to zoom in a little more. No, that's it. Okay. I think I've never been on this road right here. Pump house. Well guys, looks like we might have found some dirt on the scar. Oh yeah. And I can honestly say I hadn't been on this one either. Sandblasting from somewhere. I don't know what's up with that. Weird. Dirt's coming from. Is that because I got the windshield off, I wonder? That is the weirdest thing. I took the windshield off this morning because the Himalayan, it has some pretty big time buffeting that happens when you're going down the road. It kind of really does a ton of that. It just makes your helmet rattle almost. So I took that off. I'm getting some sand blasting almost. I don't know where. Well, I guess it's coming off the trees or something. I don't see how it's coming from the front. That's very odd. I'm going to order a short windshield for it, but I thought I'd take it off to see how it did. That buffeting gets crazy on the highway. The windshield, I think, either needs to be a little taller or a little shorter, and I think it would have to be a good bit taller. So, pretty neat little route there. Hello, doggy. We're not gonna bother you. Jenkins Bridge. They got a good view right there, huh? Real nice. Man, that is a super nice place. There's the Blue Ridge Mountains right out their window. That is awesome. Lyle's Farm. Maybe this might be the Chattooga we're coming up on. I've got the map zoomed in so far. I really don't know where I'm at, which I guess that's a good thing. Got some logging going on down here, maybe. Building the driveway. Jenkins Bridge. Guys, had to take a little detour because there was a bridge out, and this is actually 123. This is kind of like the main highway near where I live, and of course you can see if you go right here you'll go to Toccoa, Georgia, and then we're going to be back through Westminster and head back. It's about 4:30, so it's about to start getting, I noticed about 5 o'clock it starts getting pretty cold, and if the sun goes completely down, it gets real cold. So I think we're gonna head back. I was gonna try to do some more of it, but maybe Cody be off work tomorrow. We can go finish up that upper portion that goes through Burroughs Ford if he wants to. 6 Mile's always been a really cool town. It's not really big and not a ton here, but there's actually a really good, if you get to 6 Mile, South Carolina ever, make sure you stop in this little ice cream place up here. They make a really good ice cream. I think they have pizza and all kind of good stuff, but their ice creams are really good. They do like this huge milkshake or something. I don't even know how to explain it, but you can't hardly even eat the whole thing. I'll show you guys where it is. I believe it's called Scoops, maybe. The Scoop. Yeah, there it is. Neat place. Right here on the main drag of 6 Mile. Feel cool for ice cream right now. This right here is considered 6 Mile Highway. This connects the town of 6 Mile to the town of Liberty. Alright guys, that's going to do it for today's video. Had a pretty good little ride. It's really cold now. As you can see, the sun's going down. And we're pretty much right back where we started. And this is just one of them quick days when I was like, walked outside from the shop from working and a little bit around the house. It's like, man, 60 degrees, let's go for a ride. So anyway guys, that's gonna do it. Like, comment, subscribe down below. Come back, hang out with us some more. This guy's checking his mail. Appreciate you guys riding along, for real guys. Each and every one of you guys that support the channel, I really appreciate it. And might not do another video between now and the holidays, so I hope everybody has a Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. And like I said, think about following along on the channel. Maybe YouTube will let you know when we come out with a new video. And we'll catch you guys on the next one. may be 2022, but it's gonna be a good year. All right, guys, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. Catch you on the next one.